Negotiation and procurement is not anymore about price. It's about the value you're going to create. It's about how you're gonna build a long and strong business relationship with these guys.
So during your career, when it comes to dealing with people inside the corporate, how do you deal with your team? How do you deal with also leadership? What's your strategies and how you deal with them?
You need to lead by example. This is the best thing. And you need to listen to them, empower them, appreciate them. If you could do this with the team, believe me, they will do anything for you. Your team need to work with you before working for the company. We are human beings. There is no angels and demons. People will always do good things, and at the same time you'll do bad things. Don't spend a lot of time for planning. Don't spend a lot of time of thinking, because this is also maybe one of the main mistakes a lot of people are doing, even myself. You keep thinking, okay, this move is not gonna help. This action is not gonna help now. And you are keep thinking and thinking, wasting a lot of time without doing anything. Whenever you feel this move or this action maybe will help, go and do it. You're not gonna lose anything. The journey itself is making my life different. I feel that I'm doing something for myself. I was not expecting this. I'm enjoying the journey. Where this journey is going to take me, I don't know. And I don't care.
Bassem, are you ready to unleash?
Yes.
The percentage. Ready. The percentage.
200%.
Was bonus.
Yes.
It's a pleasure having you, Bassem, here today. I know that we worked together across our career together, and the moment that I look at your career, I see procurement, I see negotiation, I see all of these great things. My question to you is, did you choose procurement, or procurement just chose you?
Firstly, let me thank you, Khaled, for having me. It was a great pleasure. Answering your question, I have to be frank. Procurement chose me, because at the beginning, when you are during the college or after graduation, I don't think someone's dream will be being a procurement guy. It's not one of the dreams job you will ever dream of. But when I started my career, when I started the professional career, one of the main things I decided to go for was supply chain. And when I entered supply chain world, I found after exactly 3 months, it was clear for me that procurement gonna be my future.
Why?
Procurement, because the first time I saw people doing the procurement, the negotiation, I felt it's a nice game. I need to enjoy this game. I've never seen procurement as a job or as a career. Always felt that this is a game I need to enjoy. And actually, this is what is happening since day one. I'm dealing with the procurement as a game, and I'm enjoying this game a lot. And I know that everyone will keep saying passion and these big words, but for me, I'm enjoying the procurement. Really, it's one of my favorite things I'm doing.
That's great. So when it comes to the negotiation, specifically, we heard a lot of great things about negotiation. So from your unique view, what does it mean, but the real meaning of negotiation procurement?
Yeah. Okay. So as we mentioned, procurement as a game, I believe negotiation is the most enjoyable part of the game. Negotiation, if I start talking about negotiation, we need days and days to talk about. But we can start with a few things. Negotiation is about a few points. The first point is about preparation before going there. It's about how we're gonna manage and handle the negotiation during the meeting itself. Who's more smarter and who's listening more? Because most of the people are going to the meeting or going to the negotiation part and speaking much more than listening. And this is one of the big mistake most of the procurement guys are doing. So you need to be smart. You need to listen more. You need to manage the negotiation more. I can give you a quick story about it. Yeah, two things which was happening before. Firstly, I need to differentiate between the negotiation, if it's the first time sitting with these people or sitting with a new supplier, or it's a repetitive meeting annually or biannually you're doing with any of the suppliers. Why it's different? It's mainly different about preparation. If it's the first time, preparation is doing your homework of market intelligence, asking more about the company, doing the reference list for this company. If you could even reach more about cost structure for whatever you are going to sit and discuss, this will be perfect. If it's repetitive meeting, this means that you need to bring all the history of this company. Which means you need to know how was the relationship with this supplier for the last 3, 4, 5 years, however the period you were dealing together. So was it successful time? Did you manage to have a real long-term relationship together? How was, if you are doing supplier evaluation framework, how was the rank? How was the rate for this supplier? How was how they were dealing with the complaints they were supporting or not? All this you need to bring to the table. And then after doing all the preparation and go inside the room or starting the negotiation, it's about the nice and smart game doing with the guys. And then I will come back to the story. You don't need to go and keep talking about price. Negotiation and procurement is not anymore about price. It's about the value you're going to create. It's about how you're gonna build a long and strong business relationship with these guys. So the moment you start talking about price, you lost the game. You lost the meeting. Because whenever the supplier will feel that you are coming here to only talk about to talk about price, then what if price is higher than you expect? The meeting is done. There is no more discussion about business, partnership, value. They will know that you are here just to hit and run. It's not about longer, strong business relationship. Once they are just only focused about price, they will totally understand that it's not about partnership. These people are just need to get the best price now. They're going to get the deal now. We don't know if they're going to come next year or are going to come after 6 months for the next deal. So the perspective or the how they're going to receive this meeting or this discussion, you're going to lose everything. So once they feel they are talking about the value, you are talking about long relationship, you are talking about KPIs together, you are talking about integration together, discussion will take different direction, totally different direction. And if you are more about not only procurement, if you are more about business, about P&L, things gonna be, you will feel how the meeting and how the negotiation gonna be totally successful and gonna take you different way. And I'm gonna give you the story now. One day I've been invited for a meeting, for a negotiation, which was actually the third meeting. My team invited me and the commercial team. It was a mixed meeting between procurement and commercial team. I was not invited for the first 2 meetings. They were managing together, and then they told me, we are totally failing in this negotiation. It seemed that we are not going to start the business with this supplier. This is the last meeting we are going to happen. Please come and sit with us. So when I went there, I found the commercial guy, the account manager, and then the GM was there. And from the moment I entered the room, I noticed that this guy was just here to shake hands and say, nice to meeting you, and that's it. We were not going to do any deal. I spent 10-15 minutes keeping silent, and they were just keep fighting together. Price is high, we cannot go to the market with this price, we will never succeed to go there, and you can feel the heat in the room. And then after 15 minutes, I told them, guys, if I allow me, I need just to talk just for 5 minutes. So they told me, okay, feel free. And then I started to tell them, okay, guys, we are doing the same what you're doing. We are producing, you are selling. Sometimes you are making profit. Sometimes we are not making profits. Sometimes our GP is not at the best level. Sometimes we are doing business at even negative GP. And sometimes we need to fill in our capacity just to make sure that we having some fixed asset absorption, and this will help us to support our COGS. Once I started doing this, I found the GM, he put the mobile down and he started focus with me. I kept the procurement aside and started to talk about the P&L and
Business.
giving solutions about how they can help us. And then the account manager told me, okay, but we will not do in a negative GP. Then I answered them, okay, sometimes we are even doing business with some customers based on a contribution based on the contribution margin. And then at that moment, the GM started talking to me. He was smiling and he told me, what do you want? So I told them, I'm trying to find solutions for you which can help you filling your capacity, which can help us to start our business relationship together in a way, just not focusing on the pricing now, not focusing on just doing a high margin, high positive margin. I'm thinking, giving you ideas which we are following. So he just kept silent for 5 seconds. And then he told me, okay, I need to go back to the company. I will work on something. I'm happy that we meet you finally. And I promise that we will come back with something which you will accept. We have been dealing with this company for 2 years now, and our business are growing a lot. And this is one of the main suppliers we are counting on for this area of the business. So I will never forget this.
It's not just about the price itself or the cost itself.
No, it's always about value. We need to shift this word of pricing. It's always about what kind of value. This value, it has list of terminologies. We can list TCO, value creation. We can networking capital. We can list a lot.
I want to speak about this.
Yeah.
So if you have like two suppliers, they have like almost the same quotations or just the same quotations that they give it to you, almost the same prices. Which one you would choose, and what are the aspects behind the prices that you look after it?
Okay, as just we started, I will need to look if this is if both are old suppliers. First thing, I need to go look at the history. I need to look at the rate, if there is supplier evaluation framework, or if there is rating we are using. If not, I need to go just to check the history. When we were having complaints, when we were having quality issues, how they were responding. When we're asking them for more collaboration, how they were responding. This is very important part. So I need to go back one step to make sure that, okay, which one will have the privilege on the other. If not the case, and both are new suppliers, again, I'm not going to look at the price are the same. You need to go back about the payment term. You need to look at the Incoterm that they are dealing with, the location for each supplier, because all of this will gonna impact you. I'll give you an example. You have a local supplier and you have foreign suppliers. Both are giving you the same price. This local supplier will help you to reduce your stocks. So it's helping your networking capital. It will help you to reduce your freight rates, which will always impact also your total cost of ownership for your COGS. So there is a long list of elements impacting the COGS, or which we call it the TCO, or total cost of ownership, which you need to consider when you are taking such decision. Also, one of the main things is the reference list. Who are the customers for these suppliers? So this is also very important. Beside the quality certificates, who are the reference list? How long they were in this region? Because sometimes you are dealing with a company, they have never dealt with anyone in the region. This is a very important point also to consider.
So, what is the hardest decision that you have had in procurement in your entire career?
I'll tell you the hard decision in the career. More procurement, we are having hard decisions every day. And during the COVID and after that, we are having a lot of challenges and disruptions. Maybe you can talk about later, but I want to tell you a story about the hardest decision I took during career. It was a long time back. It was when I was assigned to manage an agriculture and livestock business. It was in Egypt, which I have never and have no any experience or knowledge about it. I have been dealing with raw material, packaging materials, and very nice things, factory, producing, selling, and that's it. And then the company is huge, and they decided to have one of the biggest farm, agriculture, and livestock business in Egypt, maybe not only in Egypt. And I've been assigned to not only manage the procurement, I was assigned to manage everything in the farm. So at that time, the first decision was no, I'm not gonna go there. And then I spent some time with myself. Why not? Asking why not. And actually, I had also support from my wife. I need to thank her because she's always supporting me. She told me, what you are going to lose. Take the chance, go ahead, you'll do it. Just believe in yourself. I know that you will be able to do it. And then I asked them, okay, I just need to go and see this site. And this is where a very nice experience happened to me. I took the car. It was not fancy car. And then we have been, this site is 700 kilometers away from Cairo. It was almost 7 hours driving. And then I spent these 7 hours in the car. You can imagine during these 7 hours, I'm keep thinking, I will keep doing this every couple of days, every week, taking all this distance to reach this site. So my mind was, it was about to explode. And then once after 7 hours, I found a big sign, the name of the site on the side. So I started to be prepared to go down from the car, and then the driver told me, where are you going? We have arrived. He told me, no, we're just gonna start. So I don't know why to start. He told me, we need to go inside the desert because the site is inside the desert. So I asked him how many minutes. He told me 40 minutes. And then it was the second best experience ever. It was unpaved road, uneven road. And I spent 40 minutes in a roller coaster, just shaking the whole 40 minutes. I don't know what's going on. After 40 minutes, we found another sign with a huge gate with the name of the site written on it. And then I looked at the guy, have we arrived? He said, yes. And then I looked inside the gate. So I found inside the gate is desert, outside the gate is desert. Where is the site? Okay, you are telling me we have arrived.
Wait,
it's just a desert, just a gate, and then this is the site. So I went down, and then the driver parked, and then I can remember this moment. I spent 1 hour thinking only what they are going to say when I'm telling them that I'm not gonna accept this, what my wife gonna say, what my friends gonna say, because I'm not gonna take it. And the only thing came to my mind at that time, I looked at the driver, I told him, when we are going back to Egypt, I started to feel that I'm outside Egypt, not, the feelings, it's not inside Egypt, and I need to go back. And then, again, the same statements came to my mind that, why not? What you're going to lose? Believe in yourself. It's a new challenge. You know nothing about agriculture. You know nothing about livestock. Why not? Listen, learn, do your best, take the experience. If you didn't deliver, if you didn't achieve, why not? You're gonna gain a lot of knowledge at this place. Take it. Don't leave it. It's chances not coming every day. Take it and don't lose it. For me, I spent 3 years in this farm. With a lot of
700 kilometers.
I want to give you a very nice. At that time, there is no place to sleep in the farm, so I had to sleep in a hotel outside. So I need to take the 40 minutes again. In this hotel, they were calling me every night, asking me, "Are you going to have a dinner or not? Because you are the only guy on the hotel. So we should prepare dinner for you or not. You're alone." So it was 3 years, very difficult. It's not that easy at all.
What did you learn from that experience?
I did learn, the most valuable thing I learned from this is to accept your lack of experience, and internally and externally, listen, learn, and do your best. When I start accepting my lack of experience, and start telling and speaking to the people internally and even the suppliers. And maybe I can give you a small story about one of the main suppliers there, which helped me a lot. I told them, guys, I know nothing about this business. I know nothing about agriculture and livestock. Deal with me as a student. I'll just hear whatever you're saying. I will go wherever you want me to go. I will do whatever you want me to do. But what I can promise you that after 3 months, you will find a huge support you cannot expect. So this is my promise. But just bear with me, and you will see the difference. One of the suppliers I went to deal, it was a tractor suppliers, and we need to buy number of tractors. I cannot remember now how many, but the budget was huge, and I know nothing about tractors. So there were account manager, and then I told them I need to come and visit you at the company, and I need to meet the GM. And he told me, no, the GM, there's no GM, there is the owner of the company. So I went to meet the owner. He was very decent man. The guy who used to live in Paris, he doesn't live in Egypt. You know, these decent people. And then I went to him. I introduced myself. My name is Bassem. I've been working here and just have been assigned. He told me, okay. Then I told him, I'm here to talk about huge budget for tractors. And I have no idea what tractors is, and I have no ideas what we are looking for, and I have never ever bought even one tractor. I don't know. I know nothing about tractors. So the guy smiled and he told me, "It's the first time ever for me someone from procurement telling me this statement. I'm happy to hear. I'm not gonna sell you anything." So he told me there is big exhibition coming in Paris. After a couple of months, you will go there. I will give you these catalogs, read, go to the exhibition. You will find everyone is presenting, everyone is having tractors there, all the companies. Sit with everyone, listen, learn, read, and then we will sit together after 2 months. After that, we will see if I'm gonna sell you something or not. After this travel, I came back with a huge knowledge of tractors. And this guy, he offered us not selling everything. We took 50% of our business with him, and he helped us with the other 50% with other suppliers. He was guiding me what to buy and what not to buy and how to buy for 50% of the business. And he was telling me, don't take this, take that, and I'm gonna help you to choose, because tractors mostly it's about horsepowers. What kind of attachments you're gonna have with the tractors? It's a different world. He was helping me on every single stage. Why? Because just I was honest. I was clear with him. I know nothing. I'm just not coming to show you that I know everything and then trying to be smart. No. Accept, listen, learn, and then try to take the right decision.
So during your career, when it comes to dealing with people inside the corporate, how do you deal with your team? How do you deal with also leadership? What's your strategies and how I deal with them?
Okay. For the team, how to deal with the team? I heard one podcast. I don't remember the name of the guy, so I'm really missing. But he was talking about the social norm versus the market norm, and I found that this is exactly what I'm following with the team. You just need to deal with the team as a human being. I was very lucky with the people I have dealt with, the managers and bosses I was dealing with. I've learned a lot with them. They were supporting me a lot, so I was very lucky. So I was trying to do the same with the team. If I want to put into points, I can tell you need to lead by example. This is the best thing. And you need to listen to them, empower them, appreciate them. If you could do this with the team, believe me, they will do anything for you. I always, this is my belief. Your team need to work with you before working for the company. Because if they were dealing only for the company, so it's company rights versus their rights. So if you didn't give them what they believe they need to take, they will not deliver. Or they will just give the 100%. No one will go for extra mile. No one will give you more. No one will support you in case any crisis. You will just do whatever they are taking their salary for. But if they are dealing or working with you, for you, they will do anything. And you will see the real impact during any crisis or during any disruptions which was happening soon. So this is very important. First is how to lead by example. Listen to them, hear them, but hear them carefully. Empower them, give them the power.
What do you mean by empowering?
By empowering. They need, once you feel, and once you give them the learning and the knowledge, they can start taking decisions away from you. Let them do it. And when they are doing mistakes, don't just keep punishing them. They are learning. And you cannot teach them and let them, you cannot make mistakes. And the more empower also comes when they do mistakes. You cannot just hit them to the wall in front of everyone. You can blame, you can talk to them, you can do whatever you want to do them together, in person, but don't do it in front of everyone. When they feel that whenever they do mistakes, they have a support and you can defend them in front of anyone, and they have someone to fight for them, they have someone to support them if they are doing mistakes, they have someone to be a cover when they have a huge issue. This is what they mean empower. Then they will not fear to take decisions. But if there was every single mistake, you are punishing them, you are hitting them to the wall, they will be afraid to take decisions. And they will come back to you on every single point. And this is how empowering means.
And when it comes to listening, you said just listen to them carefully.
Yes.
Right? What do you mean by listen to them carefully?
When I say listen, it means let them feel that you respect them as a human being and we are one family. So maybe sometimes they will just not talking about work. Sometimes they are not in the right mood to put pressure on them. We are a human being. You need to sit with them. What's wrong with you? What is happening? Then maybe they will start talking about their family, about their issues, about their personal stuff. You need to show them how you are listening, not just showing them that I'm here. They will feel it. When you sit with them, listen carefully, even about their personal things, and you feel them, deal with that as they are a human being, and you need to respect that. You cannot imagine what they will do for you. Not just keep talking about business, not acting as listening, no. You listen, you think with them, you find solutions for their personal issues. You now part of the family, they will deal with you as part of the family, and they will support you because they will never let any member of the family to fall down. So imagine that you are working with your family, they will all support each other. And I want to say something because I don't want to be that perfect guy. I'm still learning. I'm not 100%. For sure, I'm doing mistakes because sometimes I'm a human being as well. So maybe I'm not having this power to listen. So, but what I'm doing to myself, I'm keep reminding myself, this was wrong, this was right. You did this right, you did this wrong, so you need to learn. Make sure next time to avoid this. So I'm not saying that you will always be perfect, but you need to remind yourself. And you need to make sure that whatever you did this time wrongly, next time you do it in the right way.
That's amazing. So when it comes to punishing people, okay, I don't like even the word punishing, but when it comes to people that maybe they underperform, have you ever had like a situation in your entire career that you have dealt with people they have already underperformed for a time? And you had like a hard decision just to let them go? Or what was your situation at that time?
Actually, I was during my whole career, I was about to do this with one person. And before doing this with a couple of weeks, he came to me telling me that he had an interview and he's going to leave. This is yeah. So I felt that, thanks God, because I didn't want to take this decision. But before this, I spent 1.5 years with this guy changing single thing he is doing, giving him different responsibilities, sitting with him every week to coach him, giving him all my experience of even dealing with people, how to communicate with people, how to focus on the business, listening to his personal issues to try to. So I did everything with the guy.
Mm-hmm.
Every single even I sent him for training, and I did all what I can do with the guy. But even after 1.5 years, I couldn't succeed. Because sometimes, again, we are human beings. I keep saying this, so I couldn't
People
succeed.
are not coachable.
I did everything with the guy, and I couldn't. But exactly 2 weeks. By the way, the GM itself was pushing me for 6 months to fire the guy. And I kept saying no. I will find another way with the guy. I will keep trying with the guy. And then I told him, "Khalas, by end of the month, I'm gonna sit with him, telling him that he has some notice period." And then he told me that he has an interview and he's leaving, and thanks God. Rather than that, no, because I'm always trying to find different ways to coach, because maybe he cannot succeed here. But if I put him there, he will succeed. If I give him, maybe I can assign another mentor or another coach to help him. Maybe I cannot. So I'm trying all the tools, all the ways, not to give up anyone or not to release anyone, because this is not one of the hardest. This is the hardest decision. I never like to do it, and I'm doing anything not to reach this level. And I was there very earlier for the AI, for a big projects for technology and for digitalization. But I can tell you the story later, because this is also another big story. But I did my best not to release anyone.
That's amazing. So let me ask you another question from another angle.
Yeah, sure.
What's your passion?
My passion?
Away from work.
Away from work?
Away from
it
work.
will always be basketball.
Why?
I've been playing basketball for 20 years. And my daughter is playing basketball. She's a great player in NBA. My wife is a great basketball player. She's one of the best players in Egypt at that time. Even uncles are playing. So the whole family is about basketball. Before I start my business career, before I start this journey, I was only dreaming every day to keep being a basketball professional player. I have never dreamed anything rather than this. I don't know what to do except playing basketball. And then I got injured. As I played in all the clubs in Egypt, different clubs. Yeah, I've been playing for almost 20 years. So you can imagine I tried all clubs in Egypt, but I had a big injury and a severe one, and I had to stop. And then I started to think, okay, now my dream stopped. I'm not gonna be more basketball professional player, so I need to look for career. And then it came supply chain, and then I started the journey. But nothing gonna be for me passion like basketball ever. Nothing gonna touch this.
Did it shape something in your life?
Being a part of a team, it's gonna be always the same. Being a part of a team in sports, being a part of a team in business, it's always the same. You will have a good days, you will have a bad days. You will have a good colleagues, you will have a bad colleagues. The whole team will have a good time, and the whole team will have a bad time. How are you gonna act and react on each single situation? This is in the business, the same in the court, the same in the training. So how are you gonna deal with a bad colleague? How are you gonna deal with a good colleague? When you are, I was a captain for a lot of years, because when I was 15 years, was my peak. I was one of the best players in Egypt. So during this time, I was the captain of the team. So we lost a lot of games. So how, as a captain and just 15, 16 years, how are you gonna deal with the team? How are you gonna encourage them to come the next day to the training? And how are you gonna deal with them psychologically to go for the next game? And make sure that this game which you just lost will not impact them. How are you not gonna blame the guy was the reason of the lose? At sometimes I was the reason. I'm a player. Sometimes I'll play well. Sometimes I'm not gonna play well. How you are dealing with yourself, not putting a pressure on the team, and admit and be transparent that, guys, I'm sorry, I did this mistake. I shouldn't do this. I should do that. So whatever I learned from basketball, it's the same. And it's the same exactly what need to be done across any issue or across any tough situation you face in the business. I was explaining to, so it was a small event. They were asking about the inflation and disruptions and how to follow and what is the methodology you were using. So I was trying to summarize in 4 letters, which I call it the TICL. And then everybody asked me, what is the TICL? So I told them we were having a severe crisis. One of our main sole supplier, they have a fire in the factory and they were going to stop for 12 days. And this guy, we used to import some raw materials from them. And the guy was clear that for 12 days we'll not be able to deliver. And our factory back to back is gonna stop for 12 days. And you can imagine, you have been working in factory, stopping for one shift is a crisis. Imagine we are going to tell them we are going to stop for 12 days. This is gonna cause a huge, severe amount of money loss, matter losing opportunity and all these things. The first thing I did was arranging a meeting at the same day, bringing everybody in the meeting, commercial, planning, all the S&OP members, telling them, guys, you are having a crisis. We are going to stop for 12 days. This is the T, which is transparency. You need to bring everybody with you in the crisis. You need to tell everybody what's going on. Because if you kept hiding and you kept trying to find a solution by your own, crisis is going to be bigger, problem is going to be bigger, and you'll not ever find solution alone. This is what the first one. And then the I is the involvement. And then when you bring everybody on the table, everybody with you, then everybody will start looking for a solution, which is not only procurement. There is a commercial decision, there is a marketing decision, there is financial decisions, plus the procurement decisions. So when you involve everybody starts to feel, okay, it's not procurement problem, it's company problem. And as a team, we need all to find a solution for it. So this is where involvement came. And then the third one was the C, which is collaboration. Now everybody, we're going to take this task and we are all going to collaborate to find a solution together for this big problem. So the commercial will sit together to see how we're going to deal with this, what we are going to do with our promotion plans, what we're going to do with our stocks of finished goods here or with a distributor with the other country. And then finance will find how we're going to absorb this or how we're going to deal with this loss if there will be a loss. Procurement also will need to work how we can find a local alternative now. What was the plan in case, what is the contingency plan in case this is going to happen. So everybody will collaborate to find a solution. So it's not only procurement working alone to find, no, it's everybody's problem and everybody's working to find the solution. And the fourth letter, which was the L, which is the learning. You cannot just leave this crisis without having lots of learnings to make sure that to avoid such a crisis in the future. Or also to learn what did we do to overcome and to solve this crisis and to solve this problem across every single function in the company. If you didn't do the learning, then the next one you will start doing all the same again. So the learning was very important part, which I always try to emphasize and make everyone not leaving any problem without coming up with a learning. And also something I missed at that time, but I remember now, don't forget to appreciate people. Appreciation after all this, you need to bring everyone and appreciate. If we could do this and if we could succeed to find a solution across all, you need to appreciate people. This is very, very important part.
How do you handle like hard decisions that maybe that you are not convinced with, especially with the leadership team?
I think this is part of negotiation as well. This is a different part of the image with negotiation. The first thing was the leadership is how you could build the trust with them. If they are trusting what they are doing, if they trust your decisions, if they trust your knowledge and experience, this will help you a lot. And building this trust, it requires a lot, and you need to build it for a long time. So once they feel how you are powered and how you are on the top of your things. So whenever there is a hard decision, and whenever they are not accepting whatever you are proposing, or whatever idea you are trying to sell, then the negotiation will come. So you need to listen again to their point of view. You need to listen to them, hear them, and then come up with why you have decided to take this decision, putting all the analysis behind, talking their language. We are not going only to buy, or not talking only about procurement. You need to show them how this is gonna impact the business itself. If it's gonna impact the P&L in a different way, you need to show. If it's gonna impact the business growth, how it will happen. If your intention is it's a longer business relationship with a supplier, which will pay back later in another situation, you need to show them the reasons behind and the root cause behind this decision, and in a scientific way, in the same terminologies all the CEOs and all the CFOs would like to hear, which is about money, net working capital, P&L, margins, all these nice things they care about. So if you could talk their language, their terminologies, know what you're talking about, having the knowledge and the experience about what you're going to sell, well prepared, then for sure they can accept. They will never challenge. They will challenge just to hear from you. But once you put everything on the table, I don't think they will challenge more. And I believe they accept. And this is what actually happening most of the times. Yes.
If they're insisting still on this decision is right, while you can see this decision is not right, and you have some perspective, how do you handle such situation?
Okay. As long as we are inside the room, I keep fight for my decisions. I keep fight for whatever idea I'm here to sell. For whatever proposal I'm here to convince them. But one of the main things I believe in, whatever decision we're gonna take inside the room, even I felt that no way, they're not gonna accept. Once I'm going out of the room, I have to follow this decision. I need to respect this, and I need to follow it. I cannot just go out and keep feeling that no, it would be better to do this, and I need to bring them back again. As long as you did all the ways, you did all the challenges, the fight back with them, and they still insist, and inside the room, you accept this decision, that's it. Whenever you are coming out of the room, you forgot what you did, you accept the decision, respect, follow, and make sure to deliver their idea, because again, you'll never always be right. They also have their own experience. They have things which you don't see as well. So at some time, you need to respect this, accept, and follow. You cannot keep challenging all the time.
Have you had like a situation before that you try to enforce your decision, and you see that it's right, and they were saying that they were opposing totally the leadership, and after time they realized that it was right?
It happened, but it's not a smart way to go and tell them they were wrong. You need to be smart. It's the same.
How do you handle this?
It's the same of you just handle it in a different situation. When you go to convince them and they reject, maybe you can bring somehow that a similar situation with there. Let us not ignore this situation. Let us have the learning from them. Not they were wrong, but how to get the learning from it. The wording different, but it's never smart.
It triggered like resistance and friction.
It's never smart to tell them that you were wrong. The same, by the way, about selling something. They say never go and tell your customer that he was wrong. Okay, you're happy. Okay, he was wrong. You lost the customer. You lost the customer. Exactly. So never do this. So it's about the wording, how to use it in your favor for similar situations, and how to differentiate from the word of you were wrong to that we got learning from this. So this is the main.
Because I know that, that situation. Oh, I won. I told you. Do you remember?
So good luck. Good luck in your next position.
You will be lost.
we will miss you. We will miss you. Exactly.
That's a good. If I ask you, if you come back by the time, let's say, I keep always saying that, Prince of Persia, right? The sand of time. You have this machine and you put your daka here, then you come back by the time. If you come back by the time, for one thing in your life, and you want to change it, what would be that one thing?
It's a hard question.
It's amazing.
I need to think about it, but
maybe something that you regret. Maybe.
I cannot remember a specific situation, but something I learned late, and it's about people. And it's also makes me deal with every single person in a different way than before. I don't know if this is what they call you start to grown up more or what, but especially with the managers and bosses, there's a lot of times which I was feeling very depressed, very frustrated from a specific manager for some actions he took or for some decisions he took, and I feel that I deserve more, or he should be dealing with this situation in different way. But when I grown up, I had to admit something, that if your manager, if your boss, let's give a percentage, he is 70-80% appreciating, sharing knowledge, sharing experience, empowering you, but 20% for some situations he's not giving you what you're expecting, or the way he was talking or the way he was acting is not the way you're. I remember to the same word I just told you. We are human beings. There is no angels and demons. People will always do good things, and at the same time they'll do bad things. It's one package. You cannot expect that this guy or that person, not only in work, will always be the great and good guy, and whenever he start doing one single thing or one single bad thing, you just remove every good things, the good things he was doing, and just forgot this, and just start looking at only this black spot and evaluate and act based on this only.
Mm-hmm.
No, again, we're not angels and demons. There is no angels and demons. There is human being. A human being will do good things. Human being will do bad things. The difference between the good human being and bad human being, they will always try to be good, and they will always learn from the bad things. So this is something I learned it late. So I hope that I could be able to learn it earlier than this. But I think it will come by time. Yani, you will never learn it until you have all this experience.
100%. So, what is the legacy that you want to leave?
The what?
Legacy.
I always say legacy will be my kids. My legacy, I will come back to the professional, but I'm trying to share a good values and to be a good example for my kids. Because this is the real legacy I'm going to leave for them and for the entire world. So for them, I need, whatever will happen, the legacy that whenever my name will show, whenever my name will come, I hope that people will bring some good things, either professionally or personally. And I do care about personally more than professionally. For them, okay, maybe I'm the best clever guy in the work. For them, they don't care. But when people talk about me in a nice, positive way, they will feel how we're gonna say, they will feel proud and honored about that. So this is one of the legacy for them to hear. And the legacy about them, I need to make sure that whatever values, because you can keep telling values, but if they didn't see it, if you didn't show them, they will never follow. So I'm trying to reflect this. I'm trying to reflect the good values. I really believe I'm trying to doing every day. So whenever they see, they will try to follow. So when after a long time, I will leave these values for them, and they will follow the same. So this is the real legacy I want to leave. For the business, it is the same. I want everybody, when I leave the company, which thanks God so far is happening, whenever my name comes, it comes in a good things. Either in business, but it will be more about how the guy was supportive, how the guy did teach us something. He was sharing experience. He was a human being. He was listening, and he didn't hide, or he didn't hold any knowledge, or he didn't avoid to help us at any stage. Whenever anyone is asking for help or support, I have been always there. I was doing my best to be there. So this is what I need people to remember, that no, whenever we need him, he was there. And whenever we asked for an experience or a support, he was there. This is the legacy I need to leave as professionally.
That's amazing. So the last advice, if someone in their life or in their career, they're stuck totally, and they come to a point that really they are frustrated and they cannot move forward, what is your advice that you can give it to them?
I want to tell him, relax, because we are all there. So you are not alone. There is a lot there. So it's fine. Accept. First thing, you need to accept, okay, there is no problem to feel frustrated. There will always be the bad days. So it's okay. But don't leave yourself there. Try to think what action you need to take, what move you need to take, and start doing immediately. Don't spend a lot of time for planning. Don't spend a lot of time of thinking, because this is also maybe one of the main mistakes a lot of people are doing, even myself. You keep thinking, okay, this move is not going to help. This action is not going to help now. And you are keep thinking and thinking, wasting a lot of time without doing anything. Whenever you feel this move or this action maybe will help, go and do it. You're not going to lose anything. Just don't waste your time of planning. There is a lot of talks during TED or whatever. They are saying planning is not always the perfect solution. Go ahead and do. Start doing what you feel. The things where are we now, and even the things I start to do and just posting some new posts, I didn't know to where this is going to take me. But actually I found what is happening now, that I'm enjoying a lot the journey. The journey itself is making my life different. I feel that I'm doing something for myself. I was not expecting this. This is not was the main aim when I started this. And even something happened a few weeks earlier, and it makes me very proud, and I didn't expect this. That my daughter told me, I saw your post and I did like it, and I felt very proud when I was not dreaming or expecting, or this was not the aim. The aim was, okay, I need to be more popular, more public in LinkedIn, so have more connections, have to expand my network. This was the main. Right now, it is. I don't care where this is going to take me. I'm enjoying the journey. Where this journey is going to take me, I don't know, and I don't care. I will just move to the journey. I'll see where it's gonna take me.
That's amazing. Thank you so much, Bassem, for the lovely and amazing stories. Really got inspired, and I wish you all the best. I'm sure that with your movement, you'll inspire a lot of people and you change people's lives.
Thanks a lot, Khaled. I cannot tell. Firstly, it's my first podcast, so I will never.
It will not be the last time.
I will never forget. It's gonna be always a special one for me. Thanks for having me. I know that not everybody knows, but you are supporting me and helping me a lot. So I will never forget this also. And thanks for having me. Thank you so much.
Appreciate it. Unleash is the bridge between my purpose and my mission. And my mission is unleashing the human greatness to its utmost potential.